Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. The Lakers played the game of their life, and Denver bricks it up in one of the worst games of their life. Woo! A lot to unpack here, but the truth is the Lakers will go back to Denver, and I think Denver will blow them out the game. And it will give LeBron a reason to keep playing because he lost 4-1 in the series. Okay? I don't think Denver goes back home and they shoot like that again. To me, it looked like Denver didn't even want to play the last 5 minutes. Even though the game was over. It seemed like they wasn't even trying to waste too much energy to score. You can't say nothing bad about the Lakers. They played a great game. LeBron played a great game. The frustrating part was watching the game. Oh my God, these guys just slurp LeBron to death. When he does a fadeaway, that's his pat move. That's what he does. All this nonsense. At one point, he was 1 for 5. What was it, in the third quarter, something like that? And they started blaming his team and all this. It was just crazy, man. They talked about how this guy has nothing else to play for. He done it all. 4 championships, 4 MVPs. I'm like, wow. What about the 6 finals blowouts? What about the 3 meltdowns in the finals? What about the 3 sweeps between the finals and the playoffs? What about all the times he done melted down and missed the playoffs? What, 4 times? Oh, they said he brought 4 championships to 4 different teams. Wow. Okay. Okay, I could have sworn it wasn't 4 different teams because he brought a championship to 2 championships to 1 team, right? They forgot his super teams. They forgot that, yeah, he had to go team to team hopping, playing with other teams. Number 1 franchise players. This is never discussed, ever. This guy had to go play with other teams' franchise players. And all those players who were franchise players of other teams, they were top 5 picks. And some of them was number 1 picks overall, right? So we talk about Kyrie, we talk about Love, we talk about Wade, we talk about Bosh. Who else? These type of people. He's done played with all these type of guys. It's incredible. And if we want to expand it even further, you can go watch my video. This guy's played with, as far as like top 5 picks overall in the draft. of other teams, he done played with like probably about 20 top 5 picks of other teams. What are we talking about? Are we here all game? How come we just can't listen to this guy, watch this guy play? When we heard Michael Jordan play, they just said another great shot, another great shot, another great shot. They was just wowed by his shooting. They wasn't talking about, oh man, this guy's got 4 championships at the time. This guy has led the league in scoring. He's got 3 steals titles. He led the league in, not led the league, but he had 100 block seasons in 200 block seasons back to back. Or steal seasons, my fault. 200 steal seasons and 100 block seasons in back-to-back seasons. We didn't hear that when Jordan was playing. Every time he dribbled the ball, every time he made a shot, nobody's never did this. I mean, everything that this guy does, LeBron, is the most spectacular thing we've ever seen. But yet, when we look at his resume, as far as him losing, team hopping, only 2 statistical titles in 21 years, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. The guy's down 0-3. And they're still trying to say how this guy is a great player. Oh, at 39 years old, they don't understand how he's doing it. Well, there's no defense. That's how he's doing it. And these guys calling the game today, oh my God, they're the worst. Maybe they were the Lakers' lucky charm or something like that. I don't know. But let me say this. Joker, I keep trying to tell you guys, he could not play in the 80s and 90s. Go watch some 80s and 90s games, especially 90s games. You can't just sit out there and wheel and deal like that. You got to play an actual center position. I'm not trying to say you can't, assist the ball and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. This guy is a liability on defense. I'm trying to tell you. And most people don't understand that because you don't have too many great centers in this game. Anthony Davis just eats this guy up. Eats him up. And many a times when he tried to back Anthony Davis down, he had to throw the ball away. Many a times when the opponent drives the lane and goes up for a shot, he just backs up off of it. Or when Anthony Davis shoots a shot, he just backs up off of it. And when Anthony Davis goes for the layup, he just backs up off of it. Great player in this era, like I'm going to say again. But in the 80s and 90s, when you got Dikembe Mutombo, you got Alonzo Mourning, real shot blockers, even Shaq, Hakeem, even if you played in the 80s, you talking about Patrick Ewing was there, all the guys I just mentioned. No way, bro. No way. No way. And I'm not trying to be mean. People keep saying, oh man, he got a triple double. It's easy to get a triple double in this era. Not saying he's not a great center, but he doesn't have any competition and he doesn't play any defense. He's a one-sided player. The great players in the 80s and 90s, they played on both sides of the ball. Okay, yeah, Dikembe Mutombo wasn't a great scorer, but look at the defense against him. Look at Alonzo Mourning. Wasn't a great scorer, but look at the defense against him. When we look at Patrick Ewing, that dude could hit the jump shot mid-range all around the court inside the arc, inside the three-point line, no matter where he was. He could face up, he could fade away, he could do a running, two-stepper. You better go look at Patrick Ewing, man. Y'all sleeping on this dude. The only reason why he didn't win at least one championship because of Michael Jordan, because of Hakeem. These type of guys like that who are at the highest level when they went against Ewing. And they didn't stop him. They just have better teams than Patrick Ewing. And if you go back and watch those games, the 90s games against the Bulls, I mean, wow. I was watching some of them games today. I'm like, how the hell did the Bulls win 3 straight in that era against the Heat, the Pacers, and the Knicks? I mean, they fought them to the death. The difference was Michael Jordan. That's it. That was the difference. Michael Jordan. Nobody was getting off shots. I'm talking about the defense was all over you. Even Michael Jordan. He had to make some spectacular shots all the time. Just to score. So it is what it is. I'm not taking nothing away from the Lakers. Hell, they should have won some of these series. I mean, they took their foot off the pedal in some of these games and lost. I mean, because they should at least won 2 by now. Maybe the series should be tied 2-2. We know if LeBron would have hit that 3 or ran some time off that clock and drove, boom, maybe they would have won that game. But look, we got to stop hyping Denver up. And I mean, they deserve credit and they're a good team, but they haven't won 2 championships. Not yet. They haven't went through the whole gauntlet of teams in the West and won the championship. And let me try to tell you what, if they keep playing like this, I don't know if they're going to win the championship, period. Even if they beat the Lakers. I think they're just going to full throttle the Lakers in this next game at home. Because I think, they put too much into this game. I thought they were going to lose because but they kept hitting shots. And the difference was, not only did they kept hitting shots, guess what? Denver, they was breaking it up. They was breaking it up. At one time, the play-by-play guy said that the Denver team last year was a better team. And I think they were a better team. They were a better team. But yeah, like I said, it just sucks to listen to these games. Just like LeBron. And everything they say about this guy, you could debunk everything they say. The NBA is horrible. And they sit up there and they hacked Denver all game. Foul. What is this league doing? They let people carry, travel, hack, all kind of stuff. It's nuts. Denver should have been to the line so many times. It was getting hacked up. Angry Hoops, man, he just exposes the NBA so much for all these, not only him, but man, I watch a lot of his videos and it's just sickening. And you're telling me these guys are getting paid the highest contracts for not even playing basketball, right? It's almost like if I was watching an NFL game and the quarterback was thrown to the receiver, and it kept skipping off the ground. They kept calling it a catch. What are we doing? Or they never called a hold on the defensive player. Never. I mean, the league is exposing itself while as far as people exposing them on all these videos. We're not even watching NBA basketball no more. Telling me these guys are skilled and they're traveling and carrying. This is not skill. You won't even see this in the park if you go play in the park. You won't see all this carrying, and they carry every time. When they dribble the ball, they just hesitate and palm it back there by their hip, and the referee sitting up there, he ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing. That's why I say these ain't even real refs. A lot of people lost some money on this game today. A lot of people. Because they thought Denver was going to just go ahead and sweep this game out. And like I said, the Lakers came out and played a game of their life, and we got to hear about this nonsense. Even if they win the next game, we got to keep hearing about this nonsense about the Lakers. It's ridiculous, man. It is so ridiculous. Nobody's against him. Nobody's ever been against LeBron. It's just the fact that the media makes us go against this guy. And like I said, the postseason ain't even started. Y'all think because we're in the playoffs that the postseason even started? No, the postseason starts when LeBron loses, and they're just going to talk about that. Well, is he going to opt out? Is he going to opt out to go where his son is going? Are the Lakers going to pick his son? Is he going to lead the Olympic team? Man, a lot of these guys that's supposed to be playing for the Olympics look like they're going to get eliminated. The Kevin Durant's, the Bookers, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, the ADs. Who else? I think Paul George is on that team, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of these dudes, I don't know if Giannis is supposed to be on that team. He might get eliminated. I mean, all these guys might get eliminated that's going to go play for the Olympics. It's just crazy. This is your Olympic team. A whole bunch of chokers, like Shapatak said. He walked them down one by one. Called them chokers, called them meltdown artists, all this stuff. Can't stay on the court, always hurt. This is your Olympic team. Even walked down Curry. Guess what? You need a super team to beat LeBron, which I didn't think he did. After that they beat him in 2015, had him down 3-1. He really didn't need a super team to beat him. Even if they would have went the next year without Kevin Durant, I think they would have won because they barely lost. But the fact you went and got Kevin Durant because you lost, I mean, you don't do that, man. Let me tell you what. If they was doing stuff like this, back in the 80s or 90s, they wouldn't allow it to happen. All this stuff, all this super team building and stuff like that, they wouldn't allow this stuff to happen. It just wouldn't. Even though these guys wouldn't do that. And I don't care about Barkley and, Hakeem and Drexler. They was already old. And you saw how that turned out. They got schooled. They got schooled. So good win for the Lakers. I'm not beating up on them. They don't play good all series. They just put their guards down and melted down at the end. But you can't watch these games. They might as well just put the Lakers play-by-play guys on here and root for the Lakers. Because we got to hear these idiots talk about LeBron James all game. It's like it never stops. And I said on my community post, they say all this stuff just in case when this guy loses, it's another reason for this guy to keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. And it's destroying the league because once he leaves, what are they going to talk about now? It's almost like I said before, it's almost like, when Kareem was in the 80s and they just kept talking about him. And they didn't even promote Michael Jordan. They didn't promote Ewing. They didn't promote Hakeem. They didn't promote nobody else in the 80s. And they just kept promoting Kareem. Where would the league be? Michael Jordan never had a shoe. They just promote Kareem until he retired in 80, was that 88? Michael Jordan was winning 6 championships, and they wasn't dropping to the floor every time he played. Go watch those games. Even when he came back at 38, 39, they didn't talk about Michael Jordan the whole game like that. Talk about his 6 championships and his 6 finals MVPs and all this stuff that he did throughout his career when he was 38, 39. They didn't do stuff like that. You can even watch another NBA game and they'll be talking about LeBron James. Richard Jefferson just feels the need to talk about LeBron James. Why? The face of your league is a loser. Is a good player, but a loser. Never led no teams. Never bred any draft picks to be great players. Like a Bird did McHale. Like Jordan did Pippen and Horace Grant and these type of guys. Who is it? Like Magic did Worthy. Who is it? Who is it? Don't say Kyrie, because Kyrie was already there. That's why he went to go play with Kyrie. Who did? He's got to change the whole team to fit around him and be great players. And if those players in the playoffs ain't scoring 15 to 20 points a game with him and AD, they're trash. They didn't come through. Everybody has to be on a 15 to 20 points per game in the starting lineup, or LeBron can't win. I'm just sick of it, man. I shouldn't even watch this game. The last 2 games I didn't even watch. I went to bed. Maybe I should just went to bed and the Nuggets would have won. I don't have no horse in the race. I'm just watching the NBA, and it's pretty sickening about these play-by-play guys. It's really sickening. It's almost like they work for Clutch Sports. They work for LeBron James. They don't work for the NBA. They're not about the other players. They're about what LeBron has done, what he can do. Everything. Every shot he takes is the most magnificent shot ever. Every layup. It's just a layup. These guys are like floored over a layup. How does he do it? How does he do these layups? Same way he's been doing for 21 years. Bully his way to the basket and do layups. That's it. Trying to beat up on him, man. He had a good game. But I'm just saying, these play-by-play guys suck. Tell me what you think.